All right, Tom Brady and Jim Irsay. All right, even I'm sick of this fucking story at this point. What up, Billy Boy? Big fan of your blah, 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 blah. Of course, the Pats didn't beat the Colts by 34 because of a deflated balls. That's not the point, though. Here's an example. If a baseball player is on steroid but goes 0 for 5 on a particular day. What do you mean that's not the point, though? I don't know what point you made. I guess you're saying the deflated ball didn't affect the outcome. If a baseball player is on steroid but goes 0 for 5 on a particular day, does that mean he didn't cheat? Of course not. I hate people who do this, who ask questions for me. The point I'm making is that it's not about the results. It's about breaking the rules. See, this is why I can't stand people. This is not what that decision was about. Tom Brady's his suspension was reinstated, not because it was proven that he cheated. This last trial was all about, does a corporation have a right to discipline its employee? That's what it was about. That's what the NFL was fighting, because Tom Brady opened up a can of worms, which was basically like, we're your boss and we said you're suspended. He appealed it outside of the NFL into a court of law, which of course it didn't fucking hold up, because it was a complete kangaroo court horseshit fucking thing that happened. You know, where the owner of the other fucking team hires a guy to find dirt on the other fucking team, which you can do on anybody, right? And then one guy plays judge, jury, and executioner. You take it into a court of law. I knew that thing would get laughed out of court, which it fucking did. And Jim Irsay was looked to be a fucking moron. So then what happened, sir, is they changed their argument. They then went back to say, listen, we are the NFL, the corporation known as the National Football League. Tom Brady is an employee. All right? We said that he's suspended. We are his boss. We argue that we have the right to suspend our own employees. That's what it was about. Okay? So this is what kills me about all these people, including Michael Rappaport, who texted me. Right? He fucking texted me and he goes, ha ha, motherfucker, guilty until proven innocent. Like Tom Brady was his suspension was reactivated, thus vindicating everybody that says Tom Brady's a cheat. You guys are not paying attention to the fucking story. That's not what happened. What happened was the NFL, in a court of law, won the right to suspend Tom Brady because Tom Brady is a fucking... Oh, God, is there anything more relentless than when your fucking wife calls? Jesus Christ. I got 2 more minutes here. All right, I'll answer it here. Hang on a second. I'll answer it. Hello? Hello? It's connecting. Hey, I'm finishing my podcast. That's why I have a microphone and headphones on. I'll call you right back, cutie. All right, bye. Anyways, that's what happened. So I'll read the rest of this guy's shit. Most Buffalo Wild Wing dopes think what happened was the NFL appealed it and it got proven that Tom Brady is in fact a cheater. That was never proven. It was never proven. All right. So I don't know what. So he goes, if Brady broke the rule, then he should be punished. I don't know if he did or he didn't. I'm just tired of the argument that since the Pats blew out the Colts, it doesn't matter. Another thing you always say that the Colts owner got rules changed to benefit his teams. What rules were changed? As far as I know, he only asked that the league enforce rules that were already in place. No, he sat on the rules committee. When we beat him and we roughed up his receivers, he bitched to the referees and the referees said that's legal. He then made a tape. He and Peyton Manning made a tape, went to the NFL, and the NFL said that's legal. Jim Irsay got on the rules committee. He spearheaded a movement to make the way we covered their receivers not legal. Okay? The Colts had a better offense than we did at the time. We had a better defense. He made a rule change that tipped it in favor of him. This guy is fucking filthy. He's fucking filthy. Those are what changed. And why do I have to tell you that? Why don't you fucking look it up like you can't find it? Anyways, he goes, as far as I know, he only asked for yeah, as far as you know, yeah, because you didn't look it up. The 5-yard rule for receivers has been around forever. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. That happened in my lifetime. The first thing it was the Mel Blount rule when he beat the shit out of Golden Richards in the Super Bowl. You're speaking in generalities. I can't stand people like this. Oh, that's been around forever. Oh, this blah, blah, blah. Oh, this, blah, blah. They don't even look it up. That's like Irsay. When Irsay fucking goes like, Joe Montana had Jerry Rice. It's like he didn't have him for his first 2 Super Bowls. He had nobody in 81. He had Freddie Solomon and Dwight Clark. Those were his number 1 and 2 receivers. And he had some guy, Earl Cooper, as a fucking running back. He won with nobody. He won with people. He won with stars. He won with people. He won with stars, right? These fucking millennials. I don't understand them. Whatever. Pre-millennials. They just don't look anything up. He said Irsay simply wanted it enforced. What's wrong with that? Please respond on your podcast. Even if you shit on me, I'll remain a listener. You're a funny motherfucker. Dude, that's not what fucking happened. And all of this shit happened in your lifetime. You're just having selective memory. He fucking... he said to the referees, look at this tape. Look what they did. They go, yeah, we saw it. That's legal. Unreal. And then they made the tape. How do you forget this shit? It was like a little over 10 years ago. Go look it up. That's what the fuck happened. And then it became, you can't touch him at all. It wasn't after 5 yards. It wasn't before the 5 yards they were touching him. It was after them. The physical contact that they were having after that they were bitching about. And then that's when it came, okay, you can do the 5-yard chuck, and then after that bullshit, you can't touch anybody at all. You used to be able to hand check. I'm not saying like, that, 10 years ago, you could fucking beat the shit out of me. I'm not saying that, but it's gradually kept moving towards what Jim Irsay finally had was like, okay, you can push the guy, in the first 5 yards, and then this is the Jim Irsay rule, is then after that, you can't do anything. Okay, which is why right after that, all of a sudden, all of Dan Marino's records started falling right and left. I remember one year there was like Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and like fucking Tom Brady were all on pace to break his like almost 30-year-old record of yards in a season. Because of those ridiculous things. It became almost illegal to cover a receiver. It was never like that when I was growing up, ever. And if you don't believe me, do your homework. Go look at old NFL footage, the shit that you could do. The NBA is the same fucking way. You could beat the shit out of somebody if they came down the fucking lane. I mean, what Kevin McHale did to Kurt Rambis, back in the day, that would be like a 10-game suspension. Or whatever. You'd be suspended for a number of games. And as far as I know, nobody even got thrown out. But I am going back like 30 years. So please, I don't give a fuck if you want to shit on my team, but just do your homework. That last trial was about a corporation's right to suspend an employee. That's what it was about. It wasn't about whether Tom Brady was guilty. And for all you cunts out there who are just obsessed with this air pressure, what if Tom Brady had fucking steroids delivered to his fucking mailbox in his wife's name? Give me a fucking break already. And even then, I got to be honest with you, I don't think steroids change the outcome of the game. They help your personal performance. But if steroids just meant you won the game, then, teams that did steroids, when they just go undefeated, I don't know. It gives you a competitive edge. It does. And, whatever. I am not against steroids. I think steroids should be fucking legalized. They should be researched to the hilt, and literally for the quality of life that everyone's going to have. Singers blow out their voices. They get to take a steroid, and they go out and sing their fucking song. Nobody in the crowd says that they cheated, right? I don't know. Anyways, let's plow ahead. Whatever. I'm done arguing that, especially at this point when all of that information that I just said is out there. I might have had a couple of things wrong, because I don't have literally the documents in front of me. But basically what I'm saying is true. And I just don't want to argue this shit anymore, okay? No matter what, this guy's going to get suspended because at the end of the day, he works for this fucking corporation. And you know what? The NFL is actually right. I think they're wrong to suspend Tom Brady. I think that the investigation and all of that was an absolute fucking witch hunt. I think all of that is bullshit. But I do think that the NFL as a corporation has to maintain the right to suspend somebody. So if the bus has to roll over Tom Brady, then so be it, because it's going to make for a better league. because if he gets away with this, then everybody's going to appeal it outside of the NFL, and then they lose control. And as much as I'm not a fan of monopolies, as a sports fan, it works out great. Like the UFC is the shit because the fighters have no options. I feel bad for those guys, but it's great for me as a fight fan because the best guys have to fight the best guys.